Alright, here we are. I'm sure if you've been watching the videos, you are probably seriously wondering why there's such a change of view. I left the trail after Chet's place in Lincoln, New Hampshire, and I took a bus home. It took 2.5 days to get home, mainly because I'd spent quite a lot of time on the trail, and I just really couldn't afford to spend too much more time. It wasn't about money, it wasn't about anything. It was the things that I have to get done and get back to work and that kind of thing. So here we are in San Antonio, where I've been since, I think we're going on, this is my third week home. So all of you who followed or watched, I don't know, it's tough. You feel kind of like you didn't finish, that you failed or something, but there's also that part where, 1,500 miles was pretty awesome. And I think, like Speedy and I say, that we had a better time than a lot of other people, and that's important. So, but I definitely see like a 3-year timeline to either do this or another trail again. Except going back, I'll be better prepared. I'll be, I'll know exactly what to expect from my equipment, and I probably won't go spend a day or two in every single town that we stopped in because we were having a great time, and that was important to us. So, for now, we're home, and I'm going to start doing some gear reviews or overviews or what I liked or what I didn't or new stuff coming out or the future of what I think I'm going to be able to do with this. So stay tuned in, guys. I know might let you down. Please feel free to reach out and tell me, I'm sorry you go off the trail, whatever. Some people might be mad. Some people might say, no big deal. But everybody's comments are welcome. So it's taken me a while to get to the point where I actually say this to the camera because it's really psychologically difficult. And now I've been back almost, we're going on 3 weeks, and I can't stand being in this society yet. I'm still unnerved. I was unnerved before I left. So for those of you who don't know, I bought 10 acres. Annette and I bought 10, Speedy and I bought 10 acres before we left, and we bought a shipping container, and we're going to turn that into a house. So if you'd like, the blog is Ecodale, ECODALE .blogspot.com, but you can type in Ecodale into Google and it'll find it, and you can go right to it. So this leaves me the room now to take out this memory card and put in the other one, and I'll show you on the Ecodale site what we've done with our land since I've been home. Quite a lot has been done. In fact, in 2 weeks we'll be moving out there to live permanently. So please stay tuned. The gear stuff is going to hopefully go well. I'm going to start trying to really review some things and spend my time on this because I love doing this, not just for the listeners out there, but for me. So keeps me sane and gives me something that I enjoy doing. So stay tuned. Thanks for following along. And yeah, Four Pines. All right, so let's get to Four Pines here because I know there are a lot of people that were watching. So what happened in Four Pines was it's a donation-only hostel. I had been sick for about 3 days, and we went to the home place in Catawba, Virginia, and we ate like savages. I mean, I remember not eating for 3 hours, trying to like hold it so that we could eat more at this family style all you could eat. And so then after we left there, we called a hostel, and the hostel owner's name was Joe. He ran the Four Pines hostel, and he came to pick us up right out front of the home place. And he took us about a mile or something, whatever it is, over to his place. Maybe it was 3 miles, I don't know. So we got there, and I was feeling not good. So we stayed at his place that day, and then later that day, some people were there. There was quite a number. There was about 15, maybe 20 people at Four Pines, and some people came back in a Ford Explorer that was parked in the driveway. And that Ford Explorer was what they'd used to drive to the store to get these pizzas. There's a gas station in Catawba where they sell these fresh baked pizzas. They're good because you're hungry, but they're not the greatest thing. But everybody goes there and they get snacks and they buy the groceries and whatever they want. So So they came back, and I said, hey guys, how'd you get there? And they said, oh, we took the Ford Explorer. And I said, well, okay, well, if they get to take it, I get to take it. So I rounded up Speedy and 2 other guys, and we all got in the truck, and we drove to the store. We all got our stuff, and we were all headed back. And when we were headed back, we had the music playing, not unreasonably loud, but loud enough that we were still joking and talking to each other. And we were making jokes about 14-hour energy. I mean, if you've seen 5-hour energy, imagine that at this place they had one that said 14-hour energy, and it was like a cup, like 8 ounces of this liquid, whatever this stuff is. And oh yeah, so we're getting ready to pull into the driveway, but before I tell you that, earlier Joe had come in when we were all sitting around and was drinking and started complaining about his ex-wife and about how she made the hostel close down because whatever it was, she didn't like it. She didn't want to be part of it. So he divorced her and married his first wife again. So he says that a lot. Every day he gets drunk, and every day he says the same thing. So we pull into the driveway, and there's a gate, and you have to swing the gate open. So I send someone out of the car to open the gate while I drive through. And at that point, we turned down the radio, and then we were quiet. So we drove up to the back of the garage and parked and went in and took all our groceries, pizza and whatever. And then he comes busting through the door, and he is not happy. Let's just say he's drunk and he's very unhappy. And he starts saying, who took the GD Explorer, blah, blah. And he's like 6'3", 250, more, maybe more. And I said, I did. What do you want me to do? Like, as in, did I do something wrong? Should I leave? What should I do? And he was just kind of like perplexed that quickly I owned up to it, because he was throwing the threats out there. I mean, I'm not scared of this drunk guy. And what's he going to do, beat me up? Good for him. It only put him in a precarious position. So then he just started griping and saying something. You didn't even ask. You just took it. Blah, blah, blah. He was cussing. And then this one girl said something to him like, well, you said we could take it. And then for some reason he starts yelling at her right there, this girl named Rainbow. And Rainbow was kind of hanging out with this guy named Firestarter. And if you remember Firestarter, he's the one that got arrested at the trail days for the alcohol problem. Anyway, I did not go to trail days, so don't mix that up. So anyway, he gets all mad. He cusses at her, and then he cusses at me, and then he walks out and throws his beer. He was drinking a Mickey, and I threw the beer right into the trash can and was like, basically, you guys suck or something. And everyone was quiet for about an hour, and it was just really awkward. I lost my appetite, and I felt honestly bad because I was kind of caught. Like, I didn't know we had to ask if those other people took it. It was, just an easy mix-up, but he's a drunken fool. So the next morning, I remember waking up, and he comes over, and he's standing over me because he's got these pool lounge chairs, and I basically put my mat on the lounge chair and slept on that. I woke up, he's standing over me, he's like, you still need a ride? And I was like, hey dude, I'm really sorry about last night. He's like, don't worry, I get that way when I'm drunk. Like, hello, hi, conscious awareness, have we met? Because if you know that you get that way when you drink, you should not drink. But anyway, again, drunken fool. So the next morning, I said, no, I don't need a ride. I got to stay here, man. I really feel like I don't feel good. So we stayed there that day. And later on that day, I said, man, I got to go to the post office. I got to get my drop. So we called Joe, and his son answers. He's like, we're in the hospital. His diabetes was acting up. Great. I got an idea. How about you drink a lot and you have diabetes? So then he grants me the official word to take his Ford F-250 with the Fort Pines logo all over town, go to the post office, do whatever I need to do, and then, bring it back. And at that point, we determined that one other guy would take us to the trail after that. So we ran around like crazy trying to get, some things done, and everybody else ended up piling in and wanted to go to the store to get pizzas and this and that. And honestly, we did all that, and then we went home. He still wasn't home yet, so Speedy and I grabbed our stuff and got a ride to the trail and just got out of there because it really made us feel uncomfortable. So that's kind of a wrap-up of the whole Fort Pines. Sorry it took so long. There's just a lot going on the trail, and would either forget or just was too tired or whatever. So I'm going to try to get to that list of questions. I know those people wrote it to me, and then I'd email it to myself, and then 2 days would go by, and then I couldn't find the email because I have an app, and the app requires the internet, and if it can't access the internet, it can't tell me what's in my inbox. So anyway, enough of that. I'm going to wrap this video up, and we'll see y'all back here with some more explanations. And again, moving forward, I'm off the trail, and we are going to change some things up. So tune into Ecodale and stay tuned to Hike Bike Dale. Cheers.